All right. I want to give, before I do this, I want to give my Arcanum one more. Shuffle around, up and down, and then rifle through these. Whoop. Okay. All right, welcome you guys. I'm Kat. This is Tarot with Kat. I'm recording these live. They'll drop on my YouTube channel on Monday morning. My first 500, that number is going up. It's going up quickly. So do hop over. Make sure you hop over and hit the subscribe button. Be one of the first 500 to get yours free. This reading will be for air signs, all air signs, for the last week of February, for this upcoming week. So we're talking Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome, 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 you guys. I'm doing just a general Celtic crossbred for the upcoming week. All right, so let's see. Which card does it want to be? Which one does it want to be? This is for our air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, for the last week of February. And here we go. There we are. So we're coming up as the King of Pentacles. In the heart of our spread, air signs are coming up as King of Pentacles. Being crossed is our challenge, obstacle, or awareness by the moon. Paths unknown, being crossed by the moon. As bringing with us as part of our subconscious tool shed, a Six of Pentacles, air signs. Immediate past, stepping out of the immediate past, very beginning of the year, the Empress, beautiful. Crowning the air signs, in the crown is 2 cups. Stepping into the immediate future, my favorite sword card, I think, is the 4 swords. Air signs in their environment this coming week, 4 cups, 2 4s there. Environment around you is temperance this week, air signs. That's beautiful. Hopes and fears sector is the Emperor. And final potential outcome, the Devil. Ooh. So we'll deal with that. We'll get to that. Also, it's one of the cards in my scariest cards of the tarot deck. If you join my channel, and click on the Learn Tarot with Kat in October for Halloween, I made a video about the scariest cards in the tarot. The cards that a tarot reader hates when they pop up and having to explain, what do you mean there's death in my immediate future? What do you mean the Tower? You know, all the scary ones. So basically I go over the whole suit of swords and then several others. And I rank them, and they do not rank like you would think. You would think the death card would be at the top, right? Number 1 scariest card. Not even near the top of scariest cards in the tarot deck. So you should check that out. We got only one of them here, but it is not scary either. I've learned, actually, when you learn, it's not really scary at all. So now we're going to pull one more right there. From Arcanum, we're going to keep that hidden until the end. We'll read it either upright or reversed. It'll give us further clarification or confirmation of this reading. All right, air signs. Let's check this out. So you're coming up as the King of Pentacles. Really future focused. Kings are all about forward progress. Pentacles are about your health, wealth, finances. You're feeling solid. You're feeling established. And really future focused. And it's good to be the king. So you're sitting pretty this week, air signs. You're being crossed as your challenge by this moon, this major arcana. It's paths unknown. It's not being sure of what lies ahead. It's not being able to see, knowing there's something great there, but not, and it's not surprising because you've got the Empress right here behind you in your immediate past. So it's a little scary. You've got all these creepy crawlies coming out of the water from nowhere, and you got the two dogs. You got the dog and the wolf. You got a tame dog and you got a wolf, and they're both howling at this moon in this eclipse. And this card is giving you a message, and it's often a card of maybe feeling a little fearful. I feel like you may be stepping into something that has you feeling a little apprehensive and fearful because you're not sure. You're growing something, you're nurturing something, but we're a little bit afraid because we're not sure of what lies ahead and what's going to unfold. And with the two dogs, it reminds me of that old Chinese story about there's a tame dog, a domesticated dog and a wild dog. They get into a fight. Which of the dogs ends up winning? It's the dog that you feed. Like, which dog ends up surviving? The one that you feed. And don't feed the bad dog. The whole point is, when I think of that, is because often when you get the moon card and you're facing these things where you're uncertain, you can feed the bad dog. You have the devil up here in our final outcome. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting to, okay? So I'm going to come back to these. As we get to the end of your Celtic cross here, you guys, I'm going to come back to these two dogs that are crossing you with this moon card that's challenging you this coming week. I love what you're bringing with you. The Six Pentacles is beautiful. It's a card of giving back. It's a card of charity. It's a card of gratitude and finally being well enough and flesh enough to being able to give back. And you're bringing that, and that's so beautiful. That's a beautiful energy because it's going to attract more. And you're bringing that energy as part of your subconscious. That's gorgeous. You're stepping out of in your immediate past this Empress, this beautiful Empress energy. So she's growing something. She's pregnant in this card. She is fertility. She is the seed of something that's growing and things are happening. She's the seed in the ground. Then there's all kinds of stuff. There's roots. There's all kinds of stuff. Even though the plant has not poked out of the ground yet. You can't see anything yet. Okay. But just because you can't see it yet doesn't mean it's not growing. She is definitely incubating something. You have just been doing that, which is probably why things are looking like this. You're not certain. What's that baby going to look like? Is it going to look like me or look like dad? How is that good? These are all the things you're wondering, right? We're going to get back to those two dogs. In your crown up here, you've got the Two of Cups. So in your crown, the focus is on making new connections and new friendships and new, not just love. It's all kinds of connections on a heart level. It's mutual respect. It's the work relationship where, there's a mutual respect between, you and your new employer or whatever. That's what this is. I feel like that's what it's what you're manifesting up here right now. So that's awesome. So you're stepping into in your immediate future 4 swords. Probably my favorite sword card. It's the card of quiet contemplation, of no communication. It's of just being silent in gratitude. Having gratitude goes along with this 6, what you're feeling, just feeling all this gratitude for what life is handing you. That's beautiful. It goes back to, it's a sarcophagus with 1 sword and then 3 swords hanging on the wall and this fancy sarcophagus. And it goes back to medieval times when these rich knights, oh, here we go. I got to drag the puzzle piece. I knew this was going to happen. Hold on. Okay. Dragging the puzzle piece over. Thank you. Now it lets me go more. I knew TikTok was going to do that. Here we go. So the 4 swords, they would, these wealthy knights would go on the crusades. This was during the time of the crusades. So they would commission these really expensive sarcophagi, right? Because if you're an important knight, you need an important coffin. But if they didn't die, there was a custom where they would lie in the sarcophagus and just pray to God and thank God and be grateful for having survived and having made it. So this card is the card of being silent, of not speaking. It's a card of quiet contemplation and gratitude for all that's come so far. And it's a 4. It's a step. It's a card of reaching like a little bit of stability, peace, a little. 4s are very, very, very stable. We've got some more 4s here, which is what I'm getting at, because you've also got the 4 cups and you've also got the Emperor in your hopes and fears section. You've got quite a few 4s here. You're stepping out of the Empress, so you're growing something. And so the next step is the 4. You've got the Emperor, which is awesome. But I could see why it's in your fear section, because as you're growing something, you can't stop at the 4. You got to keep going, right? And and that stability of the fours can be very tempting, and can keep you sometimes down. Anyway, you are feeling, air signs, you're feeling like the four in your environment this week. Okay, so oh wow, so you're stepping into this Four of Swords energy of quiet contemplation and gratitude. So you are going to have that gratitude with that Four of Swords. So now I had the Four of Swords in the last reading, and I talked about how it could have different meanings depending on what kind of a spread it's coming up in and where it comes up. So it has the 3 full cups, and the universe is handing out another full cup to the guy, right? And he's crossing his arms and he's going, I don't know. I don't know if that's enough. And often it's a sign that we're not being grateful, that we're not having gratitude. But you're stepping into 4-sword energy. Like, you are going to be quiet and practicing gratitude. But you're feeling like in your environment, this 4 cups. And I believe that's because you're feeling like again, what's being offered is no longer good enough. Oh, I love the TikTok hat. That's cool. I love that. Thank you so much. I feel like what's being offered isn't good enough. And sometimes that's what we need to do. It's not about not having gratitude. You can have full on gratitude about everything that you've been given and experienced and everything, and have full on gratitude, and then also gain a better appreciation for yourself and value yourself more. And say, that is no longer enough for me. I think I'm worth more. And I feel like that's how you're feeling in your environment. That like, no, I think I'm growing something more. And your environment around you is giving you oh, I love that. Oh, that's cool. I love that so much. I look like, what is it? Not La Llorona, but La Muerte, maybe. But anyway, here's temperance. So our environment around us is giving this beautiful temperance, just, balancing of things. And I'm not surprised, because with the 4 of Swords here and just that quiet contemplation, and I can feel temperance all over. So that's beautiful, because check it out. Our hopes and fears sector, and I think it's a fear, is the Emperor. Okay. He comes right after the Empress. He is all 4 kings combined. Now, I suppose you could consider that this would be a hope that you could have like the strength of the Emperor. He's rules, he's structure. He's total structure, rules, and perhaps that's what you're hoping but you're already the King of Pentacles. You're growing this new thing, and it's a mystery. How it's going to come out, you don't know. It's not yours to know, right? Is the how. So that's why you're feeling that moon. But you're being very contemplative. You're just not satisfied with what's been offered up to now. Your environment's giving you the beautiful temperance. So honestly, I honestly feel like it's almost like you're fearing the Emperor, the stability of the 4, because the stability of the 4, it's like a magnet that keeps you stuck there. Like, it's great for a while, and you need that stability for a while. But there's nothing stable in the universe. The only thing constant in life is change. So you cannot always cling to the 4. So perhaps as you're starting to grow this new thing and it's mysterious, that's why you fear the Emperor. Because look, your final potential outcome is the Devil. Okay, the Devil shows up when you're growing something new, when you're realizing your worth, your own worth, and you're waking up and realizing your own worth, and you're being contemplative, you're having gratitude, you're like, I am grateful, and guess what? I know that I'm worth more. And yeah, that's when the Devil's going to show up and tempt you back into those old ways. That's why I say, here we go back to feed the good dog, not the bad dog. Okay? So when you're when you're growing something new, sometimes the Emperor can stand in your way. Sometimes that structure can be too much. I don't know if the structure is a hope or fear. You also need structure. And right now, what's happening energetically and planetarily, it's demanding structure. So you need both. You need the structure, but you also need to be prepared to move beyond the 4. So I think it is literally both a hope and a fear, the Emperor. And I know that this Devil card pops up. So here's what's important to remember about the Devil. Look at if you can see, it's hard to see in this card, but the 2 humans, the chains are so loose on them. They could literally like do that and take them off. It's so loose. Their hands are free. It is a self-imposed servitude that to the Devil. And he always pops up when you're starting to come into your own and starting to realize things about yourself and realize your own worth and rise up and rise above. The Devil will appear to try to pull you back, energetically speaking. And so that's why that's a final potential outcome, because you're stepping out of this Empress energy. Something obviously really cool is happening, but it's a little scary because you don't know what's coming. And that's when you can get tempted back into this Devil stuff. So make sure when you're feeling a little scared and you don't know, make sure you have faith, make sure you pray, make sure you don't doubt yourself and don't slide back into your old addictions and stuff. That's what that's saying. You're welcome. Thank you guys so much. So what could our final card be as our further clarification or confirmation about the Devil? I would love to know more about this thing you're growing as the Empress. And I think you're not supposed to know yet. This week coming up is going to be a little mysterious. How things are all going to come about, but just okay. If it's the Star card telling you to keep the faith, or the High Priestess, or any of the cards about dealing with the Devil, like an 8 of Cups, like being able to walk away from the Devil. Yeah. And we're going to read it either upright or reversed. I wonder what it is. Let's see. Okay, air signs. Let's see. Finally, we have an upright. The last 2 were reversals, but this is an upright Page of Cups, and it's innocence. It's a Page of Cups. So you're growing this new thing. You're making this. You got 2 of Cups in your crown. You got temperance in your environment. You got this beautiful, unexpected. Okay, Page of Cups. He's in touch with his emotions and his creativity and his connections, but this is also a sign that like an unexpected emotion, almost like maybe somebody coming out of somewhere with this up in your crown. Don't be surprised if you don't get communication from someone about how they feel about you that takes you by surprise. Like, oh, I never realized they thought about me that way, kind of a deal. Could be. I have no idea what that pertains to. Again, now I want to get one more card. I got one more card in our last reading. I want to pull one more card for this reading. I want to pull one more clarification card, maybe more clarification about our Page of Cups. It says, to approach life with a sense of wonder. Stay open to imaginative insights and ideas. So stay open to a sense of wonder with this Moon card. Creative ideas. I want one more clarification. Let's use I'm going to use my Centennial Smith-Waite deck. It's your traditional Rider-Waite, but it has Pamela Coleman Smith's name on it. And so I love it for that. Sometimes we get her bonus. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you so much for the level up. I love that. Love you, cousin. Thank you for the roses. All right. Happy Saturday night. All right. So one more clarification card for our air signs here for this coming week. What more do we need to know? What more do we need to know? What more? Come on. There we go. Oh, Justice. We got the Justice card. Huh. He always reminds me of the Emperor. There's three of them that go so together. Justice, the Hierophant, and the Emperor almost all identical. They're seated in their red robes, very similar postures, very similar. Only Justice comes much further along. Justice is the 11th major arcana. And so I feel like Justice is more about karma. I feel like there's some karma coming around with all this too. Part of this is going to be a karmic thing coming around, this thing that's sort of mysterious still. I am so curious, air signs, how this all pans out this week. Ah! All right, wonderful. Okay, let me shuffle these back up. And then I'm going to get ready to do our water sign reading. I'm Kat. This is Tarot with Kat. This is getting recorded to be posted on my YouTube channel, Tarot with Kat.